Just a quick vlog. Um, well, where do I start? Yeah, car life. Yeah, a quick tip because like today the temperature has come down quite a bit. What's the time? It's only about 8:15, something like that. And it's already temperatures must be getting close to freezing already. So it's going to go below freezing tonight. If you live in your car, even if you live in a van, I've just found a fantastic tip through necessity because it's getting cold. Yeah, and I haven't got much fuel. Living £80 below universal credit, which has been an interesting week to say the least. Um, yeah, how to keep warm in your car. You know these thermal reflectix that people put across the front screen of the car, and they put around the side of the car, and they put around in the rear window, in the windows. These silver reflectix or thermal shields, or they put them on the front of the out on the external bit of the car, the silver bits, and they took it in the doors, yeah, so it keeps the screen clear in the winter. And that's thermal, isn't it? If you get remember if you're actually out walking or whatever, yeah, you use thermal yeah, thermal trousers or whatever, thermal coat. Well, this is those sun shields, silver sun shields. They're thermal. So what you do is you make yourself a sleeping bag. You buy two or three of them, and they're cheap enough to buy, and you make yourself a sleeping bag made of them, which keeps your feet warm and your body warm, even if you're doing like wild camping or something like that. You'd be a lot warmer if you actually was to make yourself a almost like a bean bag, yeah, so you can put your feet in and your body. So you don't have to keep the whole car up or the whole van. You only have to keep yourself warm overnight, don't you? It doesn't matter if the van's cold, as long as you're warm. That's all that matters. So I've had to try it just now because I've got a thermal front shield. That's all I've got. So all I use is if for me. Excuse me, tired, busy day at work. Yeah. So I wrap. You know, if you sit in a car seat, the back of the car is warm anyway. The back of the car seat's warm. So all you have to do is wrap the silver thermal car shield, windscreen shield. If you wrap it round you, the cold can't get to your chest because you're toasting warm. Yeah. So as silly as this sounds, it's just this is how silly it is. Is van life comfortable? No, it's not. It's no different to like someone climbing Mount Everest or someone going across the North Pole. When they do it, oh, it's fantastic, it's legendary and all that, yeah. But how do they keep themselves warm when they're halfway up a mountain, one of the world's tallest mountain, or when they're crossing the North Pole? They're only keeping themselves warm. They're not keeping the whole tent warm. They're keeping themselves warm, and as long as they do that, they survive. That's as simple as it gets. If you had to see how the people keep themselves warm, you'd think, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. But like now, it's about just say about 8:30, and how many people now are in houses having to heat the whole house up as all the bedrooms so they can go from the living room to the kitchen, up the stairs to the bathroom, to the bedroom, and they've got to heat all of that up all night long. That's why in January you're going to get so many expensive heating bills, unless you've got solar on your roof. But there's no need. You've only got to keep yourself warm. Even if you're in a house now, if you had three of these thermal windshields, car windscreen shields, the silver ones, make yourself a sleeping bag out of it and sit on the sofa, watch your TV. You keep toasting warm. Look, at the house is freezing cold, but you're toasting warm when the TV's on, or whatever it is you do, if you're online or whatever. Yeah. But there'll be people now with the radiators on full, all over the house, about half a dozen radiators, 7 or 8 radiators, on full, piping hot. They'll have the fire on, gas fire on, or whatever. That's a bill that they'll have to pay for in the January. They'll have, there's no need in 2019, 2020 to pay a gas bill, a water bill, or electric bill. Just have solar, but I've put 400 watt of solar. Well, I would put it on a car. Put a solar panel on your bonnet. 100 watt of solar. Means you never get a flat battery because it will charge all the time, trickle charge. You can have a kettle, you can have a cooking stove, you can have a fridge, you can have a washing machine. There's nothing you can't have in a car if you've got enough solar panels on the roof. Which means a normal car, you can have a solar panel on the boot, you can have a solar panel on the bonnet, and 2 on the roof, which is 400 watt of solar. And even in America, they recommend 200 watt, so you'd still have 400 watt. Even on a cold day like now, it's freezing. It's going to get down towards below freezing tonight. It'll probably go down to about -2, 3 or whatever. But yeah. Even in the cold days, even like in January and February when it's freezing cold, in the daytime there's not a cloud in the sky and the sun's out, which means you're going to get solar, aren't you? Which means you'll be able to keep yourself warm, even when it's flooded. Yeah. See, car life, they don't. We those that live car life, van life, the van doesn't get flooded because you're always on a high ground, which means the water runs past your van down to the lowest point. You don't park in the low areas near rivers when it's going to flood, do you? Because you can move your vehicle where you want. Which is why van life is cheaper than living in a house. Well, it's not cheaper than living in a house, but better than living in a house. Car life the same. People have learned how to live for free, and they're not about to start paying expensive bills anytime soon. Here's another thing, an idea I had earlier on today. It's all election in the UK, right? What if, yeah, it only take 100,000 signatures or 200,000 signatures or something like that? What if people are on Facebook all the time, people are on Google all the time, YouTube all the time. What if people put a sign outside their house saying vote YouTube or vote Facebook? Huh. It'd only take, I reckon, that it would probably, with 42 million people in the UK out of 65 million, so that's over 2/3 of people in the UK are on Facebook. You go through any village, any town, any city in the UK, and you just see vote Facebook, vote Facebook. At some point, Facebook could probably, they can now really, Facebook can actually fund the services of individual households in the UK from the States without even needing a base in the UK. Then you actually wonder, well, if they can, more people would actually vote Facebook. It's almost like voting for Monty Brewster out of Brewster's Millions. When he says vote for none of the above. which was him. But he said no, I don't want to do it, but I don't think we're that far away from Facebook and Google. Or people actually saying vote Facebook, vote Google to run the country. I don't think we're that far away. But they could do it without now any MP costs, any councils, any council staff, any civil service, any laws, anything from their existing staff of a total of 160 odd thousand staff globally. Huh. And if they could, which they can, and they have now Facebook's monetary system, which is LibreCoin, they can put money anywhere in the world via LibreCoin. The possibilities what Facebook have got, they could make free internet data anywhere in the world if they want to. They've only got to decide to do it. And when you think about it, Facebook and Google, Facebook was founded in 2004, which is what, 15 years now. Google was 1998, which is 21 years, 22 years very soon in 2020. And they've worked out how to fund anything they want without it costing the public a single penny. They've reversed the funding wheel because the current funding system is defunct and void of ideas. Trying to take $1 trillion. They're thinking about now trying to take £1 trillion off the UK. The UK hasn't got £1 trillion for them to take. The public are skint, they're in poverty, they're in debt. Unless the country starts paying off or wiping off people's traditional debt, they will never be able to buy on finance because they're still in debt. Which means that they're all trying to appeal to those that can afford to buy, which is less and less people all the time because more people are in debt. Unless the country solves the debt problem and or wipes off everyone's debt and starts again, there'll be less people that will want to spend or have the money to spend. Plus there's more people now living van life, living the minimalist lifestyle, which is spending nothing at all, which creates a massive problem. The bottom has fallen out of the rental sector completely, out of rental rooms, because people are just buying vans, living in vans and cars. And that's where we are. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I know differently. There's too many people now, there's too many vans, Mercedes Sprinters with windows, people living in the vans with solar on the roof. And that's it, that's the data, that's the vlog. I don't even know if I've got enough data, because I can't afford to put any data on at the moment, so it's just if it goes up, it goes up. Thanks for listening. Audio only, obviously.